What's up, y'all? My name is Matt Loopy. I'm a personal trainer and performance coach, and today I'm going to show you a movement that I really enjoy for my back and my core activation. It's going to be a cable high row. So first off, why do I choose this movement? Well, when I structure my workouts, I want to prioritize compound movements that are going to target many different muscle groups and are going to incorporate my core. I want the most bang for my buck. I normally train 3 to 4 days a week with heavy strength training. I'm not in the gym 5, 6, 7 days lifting weights. I prioritize my recovery, so when I'm actually in the gym, I want to work hard and I want to be as efficient as possible. With an exercise like the cable high row, what this is going to do is going to target pretty much every area of my back. It's going to target my biceps, my forearms, my grip strength. This is going to give me a much better bang for my buck than going on a machine or just pounding the same movement all the time. So to set up for this movement, you want a handle or any sort of grip that's just easy for your hand to go around. So whatever you have in your gym that looks similar to this is what you're going to use. Once you attach this to the cable machine, I want you to put it at the highest position possible. Putting this cable high is going to allow you to get the fullest, deepest stretch at the top of the motion, which is going to help you build that eccentric foundation of the lift, which is when you lower the weight or raise it up in this occasion. This is a unilateral movement, so that means you do one arm at a time. So I always start with my right because I'm just right hand dominant, which is what I gravitate towards. Whatever is natural for you, it doesn't really matter what you start with. So you're gonna grab onto the handle at the top of the cable. You're gonna take about one step back until the weight is off of the stack. Next, you're gonna drop your right knee. So whenever you're pulling with your right hand, your right knee goes on the floor. What I want you to do now is fully stretch out that right hand. So your shoulder is gonna be leaning forward a little bit. Your next motion is going to be pull that shoulder back and row it down to your ribs. What I'm doing here is I'm pulling my shoulder blade back so that way it activates my entire back. I'm not rowing with my shoulder and using too much up here. I'm locking this into place, pulling down. I feel it all in my lat and my biceps. Lock down, pull down. Once you get to the bottom of the motion, lock, pull, I'm rotating my hand inwards into a neutral grip. What this does, it just feels more comfortable. It's gonna hit the lat in a different motion, and it allows me to tuck my hand as close to my body as possible, because if I was in a pronated position, I'd be all the way out here. I wanna stay close to the upper body, close to those ribs. So I want you to think about dropping your hand straight into your rib cage. You're gonna be about halfway down, just to the side of your chest, pulling it down, squeezing the lat at the bottom. I mentioned in the beginning of this video that I really like prioritizing movements that engage my core as well. This will engage some sort of core because you're in a kneeling position, you're gonna have to balance and stabilize and stay tight in your core. There's one little tweak that I like to do and I like to coach my clients to do that's gonna help way more with your core activation with a rotation. Let me show you. So here again, I'm gonna show with my left hand now. So I'm dropping my left knee down, my right knee goes up, and when I pull down, instead of just staying straight forward with my chest towards the cable rig, I'm gonna actually rotate to my left and drive my right hand up. What that looks like is lock the lat into place, fully extend, lock the shoulder back, row, rotate, all in one fluid motion. If you're doing this properly with enough weight, you'll feel a great stretch in your lats. You'll feel great activation when you're pulling it down, especially if you're squeezing at the bottom of the rep. You're getting that close to the rib cage, squeezing the hell out of your back. You're gonna feel a great pump, great activation, like that muscle's actually firing up for you. But also, if you're working with enough weight and getting that smooth rotation, you're gonna feel a lot in your core. Just a small weight, I've already felt it because I have the form down. So I would encourage you, start to build in that rotation, because when we train our core, most people are just doing sit-ups, crunches, things that aren't really the most efficient. The core is not just the abdominals, it's our obliques, it's our hip flexors, lower back, internal muscles that we can't even see, right? So to train all of those, we need to hit the abs and the core with different angles, rotation being one of them that most people don't get. And the problem is, a lot of the things that we do in the gym and in life are very linear. Okay, we walk in a straight line, we sit down in a straight line, we squat and bench in one plane of motion. But what happens when we don't build up that rotational strength, if I go to rotate to go get a soccer ball at the park, I might tear my hamstring, I might blow an oblique or something, because my body isn't used to moving that direction. So when we rotate in the gym, we find ways with cables and landmines and bands to get our body to move in a different range of motion, a different plane of motion. We're gonna build up that strength, become more athletic, become healthier, and build a strong core, which is the foundation of our lifts, the foundation of our longevity, the foundation of our posture. So I would encourage you, incorporate this lift, but also throw in some rotation for your core. Now, before I let you go, I want to show you how I incorporate this in a working set, the intensity that I keep, because I know there's a lot of people out there that they want results in the gym, they're just not going hard enough. And if we really want to see some strength gain, some muscle mass, and some really big progress made towards our goals, we need to go harder, we need to increase the intensity. So let me show you what one set looks like for me to give you a look at what you should be shooting for when you do this at your next session. I normally do these in a range of 10 to 12 reps. So you can keep the same. I'm gonna show you a set of 10. So if that was my first set, I know that 10 was maybe a little uncomfortable, but it was definitely manageable. I can do that more. So now I'm gonna add a couple more pounds for my next set, and my last set, or my last two sets, I'm gonna really go up in weight to push myself, try to go to failure, but I'm still trying to target and hit those 10 reps, but keep the reps quality. Drop your ego to the side. If you can't do a lot of weight, build up the form, build up the strength, and get the motion down. Because if you're just bumping up the weight, but you can't get the motion down, you can't get that rotation, you can't get your lat to activate, or you're pulling too much with your shoulder, you're not gonna see any results. So drop the ego, find a way that's comfortable for you, but continue to challenge yourself. Thank you so much for watching. Again, this was the high cable row, why I enjoy incorporating this into my lifts for a back workout and core activation. Again, my name is Matt Lupi. Please subscribe for any more content. I'm gonna post more about fitness, nutrition, personal development, and more. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.